First of all, the NNPC misled Mr. President by saying they are removing subsidy. But before the removal of subsidy, they said there's a scam on subsidy. Who was the sole importer of petroleum? It was an NPC. So if there was a scam, it's an NPC. But let me go down a bit. Port Harcourt refinery, we are working. They were producing before they were shut down. They were not bad to the extent that they could not produce. Warri refinery was producing, Port Harcourt refinery was producing. And they shut it down for how many years? Ever since Mele Kyari was made the GMD, the NNPC started nosediving. Anybody you see NNPC, a staff of NNPC, will tell you that ever since Mele Kyari became MD, NNPC structure is very clear. The refineries were given MD of refinery can approve $2 million to procure things to run the plant. But Mele Kyari said even $1 he want to see. He has a job, it's a policy drive. But now he wants to be the operator, he wants to be the policy driver, he wants to be the marketer, he wants to be the lab technician, he wants to see everything. That was the beginning of the fall of NNPC. And he's taking NNPC through another process. Where do we have suffering? But we thank God Mele Kyari tenure has come to an end. He will retire, whether he likes it or not. He will be 60 by January. He will be 60 by January. And we, the Niger-Deltas, are now demanding that after Mele Kyari service in January, the GMD should come to the Niger-Delta. Because the Mele Kyari administration did not favor the Niger-Delta people who are producing the oil. It did not favor Nigeria either. It only favored a section of the country. For instance, we are buying oil, fuel in the riverine area that oil is produced for 3,000 per liter, whereas in some places we buy 1,000 something per liter. So those who produce the oil are not benefiting at all. And he has never done anything to pacify the Niger-Delta people. And so we thank God his tenure will end, and we're appealing to Mr. President not to renew his tenure or bring somebody from outside the Niger-Delta. Because if that happens, Niger-Delta will boil. And we don't want that to happen. Because the people of Niger-Delta felt that Tinubu is from the southern Nigeria, and so we should not fight him. So we will appeal to him to listen to us, not to renew the tenure of Mele Kyari when his time is up. 60 years is the constitutional provisions. After the 60 years, Mele Kyari should be retired. And a Niger-Delta, the highest Niger-Delta person in the NNPC, should be appointed the MD. That's our prayer to Mr. President. And we believe that when the Niger-Delta, anytime a Niger-Delta is in saddle, things changes. We have seen a lot of people in Niger-Delta, when they are there, they've done well for the nation, and they've also done well for the Niger-Delta. The NNPC is the economic nerves of Nigeria. And so we need competent hand within the system, and somebody who will have apathy, sympathy for Nigerian, for Niger-Delta to be there. And the Niger-Deltans are of right demanding that we need the GMD, not the Minister of State Petroleum. We don't need Minister of State Petroleum. It has never in any way affected the Niger-Delta. The Niger-Delta, if you look at it today, all the Niger-Deltans are out of the system. Only very few are remaining. And if you don't put a GMD for us, within the next few years, you will never see any Niger-Delta person in the NNPC. Under Mele Kyari, there are what we call meritorious award that calls with promotion. Any meritorious award for a Southerner, a Niger-Delta, no promotion. But any meritorious award for a daughter is going with protection. He has been so, he operate around the NNPC with as if it is his own personal estate and with nepotism. So we are saying his tenure will end, he should not come back. President should not make a mistake of bringing Mele Kyari. At 60, he should go and let him appoint a Niger-Delta. Otherwise, there will be no oil for Nigeria. Enough of it. Enough is enough. Well, I will not say marginalized. Our persons are intimidated. We have the Minister of State Petroleum. He's intimidated. He does not know what he went there for. When a Niger-Delta person was a GMD, we can have the feel. We have the feel that yes, NNPC is our own. But today, that is not the feeling of the Niger-Delta people. They felt the NNPC is for some other region. We only pacify them not to strike. But you can see the crisis of the oil theft, pipeline vandalism, and so on. Because this is caused by frustration. The Niger-Delta people are beginning to be frustrated. And we are appealing to Mr. President. We don't want this frustration to go beyond this level. We are ready to partner with him to ensure that he turns around the economy of Nigeria. But not with the likes of Kyari, who has no future, no good plan for Nigeria. And particularly the Niger-Delta. And so, Mr. President, please, this is a decision of the Niger-Delta people. It's not my decision. The Niger-Delta people have resolved, and in the next few weeks to come, you will see Niger-Deltas having a firework on this matter. They were saying the GMD of an NPC must be a Niger-Delta. Irrespective of the tribe, we don't care whether you're Robo, we don't care whether you're Ijo, we don't care whether you're Shekiri, whether you're Efik, you're a Bibio, whatever you are. We want a Niger-Delta who has the feeling, who knows the impact of oil production in the Niger-Delta communities. That is what we are fighting for. And we have the few Niger-Deltans who are top there, few of them, who are the GGM, GM, at least who are in the VP level. Mr. Tinubu should pick a Niger-Delta, at least the most senior Niger-Delta, to be the GMD. And that GMD position should be reserved for the Niger-Delta as a compensation for the production of the oil. And as also to safeguard and also protect the oil producing Niger-Delta, government should think of getting somebody who can meet with the Niger-Deltans, who can understand the language of the Niger-Deltans, and whom Niger-Delta will also understand to be the GMD. So that Nigerian economy will be turned around. The oil will produce, we can meet the OPEC quotas, and we will not be losing oil anyway. That's our demand. And that's the demand of the Niger-Delta from now till when Mele Kyari will be retired.